Love will make you do crazy things. It took me becoming a father to truly understand the power of that old cliche. Cause see, I never believed in an eye for an eye. I always thought there was a more civilized way. I mean, with over 500 cold cases overturned by revelations of faulty DNA, and the countless redneck backwood DAs intent on prosecuting, electrocuting, and injecting their way to modern day genocide, I always seem to side with what they say prisons aren't death machines, but a means for rehabilitation, a reprieve from damnation, a way station between thugs and productive members of society. My piety was forged in the fire that scorched strange fruit on southern trees. My piety was justified by Gestapo indictments and Auschwitz casualties. My piety was firmly rooted in the simple belief that murder was never justifiable. But that's until that first day I held my son and imagined, for one horrific moment, his innocent body, a lifeless one. Imagine my son, kidnapped, beaten, tortured, and strung like Emmett Till was done. Imagine my seed, a victim to the malice of man, and now I understand that blood runs deeper than even my most earnest convictions, my living, breathing contradiction. 7 pounds, 13 ounces of reasons I would kill. With no remorse, no judge, no jury, no legal recourse could serve my vengeance. Should any man sentence my child to an early demise? Because standing in the OR in sweat-stained scrubs, cradling the product of 9 months of nurture, pain, and love, I realize that homicide is just one more check on that list of anythings I would do to protect or avenge my son. Because when it's all said and done, I selfishly believe that my family's happiness and well-being is worth more than the life of any sadistic human being who would threaten or endanger them. Because I never believed in an eye for an eye until I stared eye to eye at the sum of my mother's sacrifice, his mother's love, my father's wisdom, his father's blood, my cause for breathing. I hold him above all things in this life, and I know it may not be right. But if that was my child Tookie Williams had slain, they wouldn't need the Terminator to do a goddamn thing. Because I now know that there's not one goddamn thing I wouldn't do to protect the ones I love. So now I say fist for fist, and I say blade for blade, and I say you harm my family, and we're gonna have a misunderstanding. Like Ron Gold and OJ, like slave traders and Cinque. Because on the 23rd day of May, when those doctors C-sectioned away Reese Emery from her abdomen to my arms, I vowed that no harm done would go unpunished in regard to my flesh and blood. Because hell hath no fury like a father's love.